Oh, my noble band of outlaws. Outlaw samurai coming at you. Fuck it. I'm not going to just blooper this shit and start over. Hello, my noble band of outlaws. Outlaw samurai coming at you live with a video. Fucking nailed it. I'm dyslexic. But it's like... Bitch. Now, aside from that, we have the Passion Pineapple Punch. Iced tea from Brisk. And for any of you wondering if that was an important call, no one ever calls me on the house phone that's important. It's always just fucking telemarketers. Or if it is important, they always call back later. So, Passion Pineapple Punch Iced Tea. So I'm assuming this is a combination of a passion fruit pineapple fruit punch and iced tea combined. I was just meandering about my local Dollar General store because I'm fancy like that. Ooh. Off rip, I can really smell the pineapple. But anyways, cheers. It's not bad. Like, it starts off like a really sweet fruit juice. But then as it leaves the palate, it leaves behind a slight bitter tea aftertaste. Like, if any of you out there have ever drinking like real brewed sweet tea that you brew from the tea leaves and then you add sugar yourself to taste, you'll know that tea tends to have a slight bitter aftertaste. Nowhere near as prominent as a coffee bitter aftertaste, but a bitter aftertaste nonetheless. And this is really giving that slightly tea-like bitterness at the end, which I don't necessarily think pairs well with the extreme amount of sweet flavor you get at the beginning. I swear, these sons of bitches. Now, usually I do this in another room, so I don't have to hear that. But in any case, with the strong sweet tea, not the strong sweet tea, with the strong sweet flavor you get at the beginning of this, you're thinking it's going to be sweet all the way through, and then when you suddenly hit with that slightly bitter aftertaste, you're like, what? Now, for me personally, I drink unsweetened tea, I drink sweet tea, I drink diet tea, I drink tea out the damn hell, okay? I was practically raised in a southern-like household, so all forms of tea were generally available to me growing up. And every time I go over to my dad's, my mom yells at me, "Why'd you drink all the unsweetened tea?" And I keep saying, "Blame my father. He's the one who gave me a taste for it." And he's like, "I don't blame myself. It's healthy." See, kids? You can be indoctrinated into eating healthy shit, even if you don't want to do it. If you've been made to do it long enough, you'll just naturally do it. Outlaw being a professionally licensed food psychologist for about 20 seconds. I don't have any credentials. Don't believe the bullshit I say. But in any case, it's not bad, but if you're not accustomed to drinking the real brewed teas or not sugar dumped out the fuck mass-produced teas or unsweetened tea and just straight out nothing but hot leaf juice, as Iro would call it. Yes, I made an Avatar reference. I'm cultured like that. But in any case, if you're not used to drinking teas like that, you might find the aftertaste a little off-putting. But if you are accustomed to drinking teas like that, it may not bother you. The only reason it affected me was because I didn't expect it, but now that I do know that it's there, it doesn't bother me anymore, and I can just keep drinking this. Now, with my personal biases, as a brisk tea, because my favorite brisk tea, and I know what some of you are going to say, Outlaw being vanilla here, is the iced tea with lemon. That's my favorite brisk tea. And there's a reason behind that. Growing up, before not my great-grandmother, but my grandmother, growing up before she passed away, she would drink brisk tea, and she'd give me some. That's where I got the taste for brisk tea from. So, there's a very strong personal bias with me towards the original brisk tea for that reason. So, with my personal biases, as a iced tea, comparing it to other teas with fruits in it, and a close second would be the Hillbilly Peach Tea from Rural King. So it would go brisk iced tea at number 10, which is the highest, and then number 9 would be the Hillbilly Peach Tea, and any of the Hillbilly drinks from Rural King. I'd have to give this a 7. Simply because, while it did surprise me at the beginning, after I took another couple of swigs and I got used to it, I like the flavor a little bit more now. But it's just not something that wowed the hell out of me. Now, I do immediately taste the pineapple. Passion fruit I'm not as well versed in because I don't usually eat it. But I'm assuming that's what's toning down the pineapple flavor aside from, the actual tea flavoring as well. So it gets a 7 out of 10 with my personal biases. Now, as just a regular fruit tea, and I use fruit tea as like any tea with additional fruit flavors like raspberry tea, peach tea, apple tea, lemon. Yes, lemon is a fruit, so lemon tea gets thrown into this category. Any tea with additional fruit flavoring, how does it rank? And honestly, it also gets a 7 for me. Just simply because it did have that aftertaste in the beginning. And I keep harping on the aftertaste because with a fruit tea, you don't want that really strong, bitter tea aftertaste. You want the tea and the fruit flavoring to kind of meld together all the way through, down, past the lips, over the gums, here the stomach, how it comes. But, yeah. That is the reason why it gets a solid 7 and a 7. It's not the best fruit tea I've ever drank, and it's not the best brisk tea I ever drank, but it's not so horrible that I can be a little generous in both categories. Because, yes, I do kind of give generosity points out once in a while. I am a fat ass. This is a sugary beverage. Do the math, people. Alright? And to all of you saying I lose weight, thank you, but I also find joy in being a fat man. I know that's kind of, it's a little counterintuitive to, healthy choices, blah, 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 live longer. Like, I'm comfortable with who I am, and I enjoy being the jolly fat man that walks in the room and everyone gets a smile because they know he's going to do something stupid or say something stupid, and they all get a laugh out of it. Alright? I am genuinely that kind of person, Until you piss me off, then you better run for the hills. But yeah. So overall, 7-7. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you've tried this has become a very rambly, long-form taste test video. And until next time, I know we'll be about Outlaws, Outlaw Samurai Tales. All y'all be crazy rednecks. Be safe and use your weapons. I'm out. Peace.